and welcome to Cinemastrophe. I'm Don Perignon and my teeth are amazingly white. So R2, what do we have on today's agenda? Really? Something that's current and enjoyable that isn't porn? Let's get this puppy started, shall we? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, bet you didn't know there was another Django movie out there, huh? Well, you're in for a treat. There are a few Django movies out there.
And when I say a few, I mean way too many.
Django was an Italian Western directed and written by Sergio Corbucci and starred Franco Nero as Django. The movie was released in Italy on April 6, 1966, and then again in Spain on September 21, 1967. It was such a success that it spawned a series of knockoffs, 4 of which were made during the same year it was released, and one official sequel made 20 years later.
You really are the devil.
This isn't it. However, it is Italian, and a Western, and from the 60s. Being that it fits those 3 criteria, it's only right that this review be done properly. On with the show.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Django Kills Silently, also known as Django Kills Softly,
Unless he's singing them to death, I really doubt he's killing them softly.
was released in 1967, directed by Massimo Papulio under the screen name of Max Hunter, the man who brought us such Italian classics like Bloody Pits of Horror and La Vedette de Lady Morgan.
I've never actually seen those movies, but the mere fact that they're Italian automatically makes the mark, signifying their status as instant classics.
The movie opens up with a little boy teaching his dog to play fetch.
Go on and get it. That's it. All right, now bring it back.
Nice job. Now maybe you can get him to fetch you a better voice dubbing. His family is making camp when they're attacked by a band of Mexican bandits. You can tell they're Mexican because they're all wearing sombreros. Don't worry, kid, they're using make-believe bullets. See? No bullet holes.
They'll just wake up an hour later with a nasty hangover and a sore asshole.
Django arrives on the cliffs to witness the scene, and after most of the bandits leave, he kills the remaining 2. Wait a minute, why did the others leave? Did they go back to their hideout to get more bullets?
Here's a tip, assholes. If you didn't spend most of your time shooting in the air, you wouldn't have to reload your gun so much.
Well, at least the dog won't go hungry. This leads to the movie's intro sequence, and I hate to tell you this, Django, but I think your horse is bow-legged. Hey, look, the movie can't be that bad. It has Patricia in it.
An actress so important that she isn't even credited on the IMDb page.
Django comes to a house and hears laughing inside. Oh, that's why they left. They had a dinner engagement. They must have been really late, too. Look, their host waited to death. Another horse comes up the road, so Django decides to hide. Maybe he should tell the other guys to quiet down first. That way they don't ruin the surprise.
Alan! Alan!
Surprise!
Okay, we all know this is going to lead to a rape, so let's just get to it. See?
She's rescued by Django, however, and explains that her name is Linda. The dead guy is her friend Andy, who was going to help her escape from a man named Thompson, who was in a war with a man named Sanders. Thompson was holding her captive so he can marry her to get claims to her gold vial that her husband found, who Thompson had killed.
Sorry. Exposition headache. It's worse than brain freeze.
Anyway, two of Thompson's men show up and take Linda back to town.
Django could shoot them now so the girl could escape, but then she'd miss out on all the wacky adventures of being locked in a room and slapped around.
Django arrives there later where he's harassed by some of Thompson's men, one of which who has Tourette's.
Let me guess. He has a twitchy trigger finger.
After showing off his smooth shooting skills, he has them direct him to Sanders' house, who happens to be a friend of Django's, where he finds the whole family dead. Think of it this way, now you don't have to repay that life debt you owe him. Yes, best close her eyes so she can't see you robbing the place. Django quickly hides when he hears Senor Not Mexican show up. Yes, because as CSI has taught us, rigor mortis makes limbs snap back like a cheap spring. Django tries to get some answers from the kid, but he's a mute, thus enters this whole guy to give the audience more exposition.
Well, I'll give this movie one up on the Man of Steel. At least it doesn't give us real-time exposition about events we've already seen.
The old man tells him that Sanders was killed by the Mexican bandits led by El Santo after being set up by Thompson when Thompson's men robbed the delivery from Sanders to El Santo, making it look like Sanders was trying to cheat.
God damn it, movie. At least with brain freeze, I can avoid it a second time by not taking another fucking sip.
After another altercation with Thompson's men, in which Django makes them bury the Sanders, some of them try to kill Django in his sleep that night, completely unaware that he's secretly Spider-Man.
Give the movie credit. It does live up to its title. Django does kill them silently.
In fact, he kills them so silently, I think the voice actor quit. Because of this, he ends up staying at the old guy's house. Smart thinking. They'll never think to look for you across the street. The next day, some men come into town looking for someone to guide them through El Santo's territory. Django volunteers him and the old guy for the sum of $400.
Let's see, if you take the economic growth rate of this country, multiply that by what the dollar was worth back then multiply that by 400, you get a shitload of money.
During the trip, the men mark the trail with colored rocks, and once they get through El Santo's territory, they proceed to give Django his payment.
Dirty dog!
You think that's bad? The last guy got paid in tea bags. And I don't mean the kind you make tea out of.